In the high desert north of Los Angeles lies a vast, scorched grid of Earth that has witnessed the breaking of every major barrier in aviation history. Here, weapons like the F-4 Phantom proved the lethality of modern combat systems long before they ever saw a battlefield. Throughout the height of the Cold War, Edwards Air Force Base was the only place on Earth big enough to contain the ambitions of the space age. It was home to giants like the XB-70 Valkyrie, a six-engine Leviathan capable of riding its own shockwave at 3 times the speed of sound. This was the pinnacle of strategic design, turning the pages of science fiction into stainless steel reality over the Mojave. In the shadow of the bombers, the interceptors ruled the speed charts. The Lockheed YF-12, the sinister titanium sibling of the Blackbird, pushed the envelope so far that the heat of friction alone would have melted a standard airframe. It was here that Kelly Johnson's Skunk Works projects stepped out of the dark and into the blinding desert sun. Testing at the edge means accepting risk. When a Mach 2 bomber like the B-58 Hustler blows a tire on a heavy takeoff, there is no other runway in the world you would rather be on. The infinite miles of Rogers dry lake bed offer the only safety net for a crew wrestling a delta-winged beast back to the ground. It wasn't always about wings and jet fuel. The lifting bodies, strange tub-like shapes like the Northrop M2 F1, proved that a spacecraft could glide home from orbit without an engine. Every safety system used by the fleet today was tortured here first. An F-104 starfighter tests the ultimate limits of runway arrestor gear, skidding into the history books. To touch the edge of space, standard controls are useless. The NF-104A strapped a rocket engine to a fighter jet, forcing test pilots to learn how to fly in a near vacuum using reaction controls, bridging the gap between airman and astronaut. Even the commercial airliners that carry millions of passengers earned their stripes in this dust. While some flew fast, others flew high. The U-2 variants turned the stratosphere into a watchtower, keeping an unblinking eye on the geopolitical chessboard from 70,000 feet. And then there is the undisputed king of the dry lake, a rocket with a cockpit that bridged the gap between atmosphere and void, flying faster and higher than any winged vehicle before or since. This is the Air Force Flight Test Center. This is Edwards.